Let's go on to Sasol, which uses coal, oil and gas reserves to manufacture and sell liquid fuels and chemicals throughout the world.
Correct. Although if you look at the share price of Sasol over the years, you'll see there's a very strong correlation to the rand oil price, which makes sense because that's where their high margin business is. But of course, we all know that since 2014 or thereabouts, they've been embarked on a pretty substantial capital exercise, building a massive plant in Louisiana of the United States of America to do the building blocks. It's an ethylene cracker.
Market cap here, 254 billion rand, PE of 9.4 and a dividend yield of 3.8%. Share price graph says it all. Nicholas Sorour, let's get your thoughts on Sasol.
Okay, so the interesting is Sasol internationally is technically a chemical business. That's how they want to expose themselves. Locally, we still think of an oil and gas business. And interestingly enough, if we compare it to its peers, it's actually fairly well priced. It's cheap. You know, I guess in this case, a 10 PE does actually speak volumes. However, there's a lot to look under the bonnet there and see what's going on. So at the moment, there's a lot of pressure on margins, specifically from ethylene and propylene. These prices have also come down tremendously. Yes, they have recovered. Energy in the form of oil and diesel also not exactly going in their correct direction. Lake Charles, the Louisiana project, wow, it's become really expensive. I mean, income starts dribbling in 2019 only.
Huge cost overruns, time
but
overruns.
In 2019, that's when you get a little bit of money back. 2020, it starts creeping back. So there are no catalysts in this business until the market starts pricing in the value of this Louisiana project, and the market looks probably 18 months ahead. So we only see things really happening from a share price perspective based on fundamentals within the business, maybe late 2018.
So no rush, in other words, to get into Sasol.
So no rush. So Sasol's becoming a bit of a trading stock. I mean, it seems to have really good support at 360, and it just runs out of steam at 420, 430. And you can do that 4 or 5 times over the last 24 months. So I think if you're looking at it from a short-term perspective, pick up the stock 360. If you want to get out 420, you can get out. If you really want to buy the stock for the long term, you want to hold it for recovery and maybe long-term oil prices, the Louisiana project, you can buy now, but you're not going to get much momentum until maybe 2018.
So a trading stock, buy at 360, get out at 420?
420 or just above,
420, just above.
Sounds like a perpetual motion money machine.
It is.
I never thought we'd be talking about Sasol as a trading stock, but look at how the market evolves.
It should just be said that Sasol had a massive and well-earned reputation for always doing good project management, and this one, you have to say their timing was poor, and their execution on the project, much storied. This overrun is very embarrassing. So I don't know what to say other than that back in the day when they pulled the trigger on that project, it looked good because there was a nice gap between oil prices and gas prices, but it's not such a great gift now, and they're going to have to really eat through a lot of bags of salt before they get out the other end. The local business is still massively profitable, and it's got its Synfuels operation. That's all good and well.
They've got 2 CEOs, so they've got Stephen Cornell and Bongani, I think Mwababa.
Yes, right, and Kwababa, and exactly that mix of duality that we've seen. And the one fellow is based in Houston, I think, and the other one is based in Johannesburg. But
they are jointly and severally liable for all decisions.
Well, we'll see how that works out. But I guess it's going to be a long sledding ride. I'm not hot on it because trading stocks don't really appeal to me conceptually, but let's see what Nick says.
Nicholas, hot or not?
Hot trading stock, poor investment at the moment.
And hot right now in terms of the trade range, is it?
Yeah, look, we had 390. I think the close on Friday, the entire market was up, but you got too close to about 380. So if you could start getting it below 380, I would accumulate from a 6-month perspective, absolutely.
All right, so I'm sure our production team's going to need a little help there. Would you like to, we've got to call it hot or not? Is it a hot?
I'm going to go for hot.
You're going to go for hot.
Yeah.
There we go.